Hey, it's Trojan. This is going to be a Lair of Darkness Sky Striker replay. I go second on this one, and I'm gonna skip through most of what he's doing because it's a lot of looping. He is playing Danger Infernity, which is apparently a really good deck. So Danger cards lets him discard his monsters and discard his monsters at random, excuse me, which then allows him to do certain effects. He is playing Infernity, which means he gets to special summon monsters repeatedly if he has certain conditions. For him, it's going to be having Infernity Launcher on board, and then having these two guys, Archfiend and the other guy. Archfiend and Necromancer. Necromancer special summons Archfiend. Archfiend gets another Infernity Launcher or Infernity card, and he just gets to loop and loop and loop. And so after he goes into IP, he's going to special summon Infernity Archfiend again, and then he's then going to use Stygian in the graveyard to special summon the cat. Oh, I'll pause here. So on my turn, I get another card. And so he has a monster negate on board. I know he has a spell and trap negate with Infernity Barrier, which he needs to have Archfiend in attack position in order to use it, or Wildcat. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bait out the negate with Pot of Extravagance, start with that. And then I'm going to go into my other spell cards because I know he doesn't have any other spell negates. So I go into Foolish Burial Goods to send Metal Foes. Metal Foes is going to shuffle itself back into the deck to draw a card. And I don't really have much else, honestly, because he has the monster negate with Appaloosa. So I just set Scarm, which I got with Metal Foes. And I'm going to set Threatening Roar, which will allow him to not attack me the next turn. Which would be a really good play, honestly. It just give me an extra moment to think, if I need it. But he's going to go into Access Code, and then he's going to use Infernity Break to destroy my Threatening Roar. This is really big. Earlier, he had a monster that detaches materials, and for an effect, I think you special summon from the graveyard, but you skip your next main phase 1. Had he not used that card, he may have had a different board, but had he not used that card, he would have been able to use more cards, or excuse me, he would have been able to go into his main phase 1 and either link in some more monsters or special summon or what have you. But because of that card, he had to skip it, which means he didn't have enough attack to actually kill me this turn. We'll keep fast forwarding. He's gonna go into some more combos. He had Call by the Grave. He had like 4 traps set, or 4 cards set. The last set card was Called by the Grave. He is going to target my Scarm in the graveyard and banish it and negate its effects, which would have allowed me to go into a level 3 Fiend monster. That could have been Tour Guide, that could have been Sanguine, or any other Lady of Laments. But he negates it and banishes it, so I'm like, oh, well, whew. We'll see what happens from here. To be honest, I was already thinking about possible plays. Because with just Appaloosa, that's just a monster negate, but it is once per chain. So if I did discard Arima into Lair, he would have negated Arima. Excuse me. But then I would have been able to Monster Reborn Arima and then attack over Appaloosa. But unfortunate for me, he goes into Void Ogre Dragon, which is another spell negate. So he now has another spell negate and 4 monster negates. Now he's just, trying to continue to set up his board. He goes for Leviathan, special summon a banished monster to allow him to go into Dagda. Dagda allows him to summon Scythe, which would lock me out of my extra deck. I don't really use extra deck, so I wasn't too worried about it. So now I'm going to get rid of the spell negate by bluffing with Monster Reborn, because sure, if I went into IP, that would have been a little bit scary, but I don't really have any. I was running Blackluster Soldier, the Link monster, which would have been really good. I would have been able to attack over some monsters, banish some monsters, and stuff like that, which would have been pretty nice, pretty groovy. But didn't go that route. I got the Heart of the Cards on my side. After bluffing the Monster Reborn, I go into Trade-In. Discard Daddy Diablos, and then I'm going to draw 2. He's going to activate Dagda on quick effect when I activate my card and set Scythe. I draw my 2 cards. And this is where, basically, this is game for me, which is so nice. He only has 1 monster. He has 4 monster negates, but they're only once per turn. but I can also attack over Appaloosa with Pankratops. So I'm going to special summon because I have no monsters on the field, Pankratops. I'm going to activate Terraforming because I've already got rid of the spell negate. And then I'm going to set the field spell, Lair of Darkness, normal summon Arima, attack over 2 bodies, and then I'm going to activate their effects. Pankratops tributes itself to destroy a card on the field, and Arima tributes a dark monster on the field to activate its effect. Because of Lair of Darkness, I'm able to tribute Access Code Talker, and then I'm able to get a card. I get Kaiju, and then I tribute Pankratops to destroy Void, which then Diablos activates the graveyard. I tributed my own monster, which brings back Diablos and special summons itself. He gets back Scythe because of Dagger's effect. Normal summon Avenger goes into the level 6 Archfiend. He destroys Lair of Darkness, which is pretty sucks in his deck. But this is where it kind of gets ugly. So he had Infernity Launcher, and the Infernity cards activate in the graveyard. So the better play for this, which would have kind of wrapped it up sooner, would be to use Kaiju to tribute an Infernity Doom Archfiend, which would then get rid of the Infernity monster on the field. And then I would attack over my own Kaiju. And then he would not have any more recursion. As long as I'm still destroying Infernity monsters and he has an Infernity Avenger in their graveyard, Avenger will continue to special summon himself. And if he gets the right card, he can continue his plays, which kind of happens from here. He just keeps on coming back from the dead. He gets a card he can play off of, keeps it pushing. I get Lady of Lament on my last turn. I didn't play her. But next turn I'll play her and I'll tribute herself to activate an effect. Funny thing is I get another Lady of Lament. Normal summon the second Lady of Lament, and I'm going to tribute her. And then I'm going to get, I'm going to pick 3 trap cards. And I go from, I think it's Artifact, same thing. It is Grief, Suffering. And then, oh, Ballista Squad. That was the third one. Oh, Fiend Griefing. Grief Suffering. That is hilarious. So this is the best card, actually, for this moment. So, as mentioned earlier, he plays Danger Infernity Launcher. He gets Danger Chupacabra, which discards a random card. He only has Danger Chupacabra. He discards Danger Chupacabra, targets Nessie, a special summon Nessie, which would give him another monster to go into Link 2 or whatever he wants to do. But because of Fiend Griefing, I can target Nessie, stop the special summon, and send a Fiend type from my graveyard. I don't really have any other targets I'd like to send because he banished Skarm. And so I'll just send, I think, I sent Lava Golem because I don't want to run into Lava Golem. That's something else happens down the line. And then he goes for that. He doesn't want to play anymore, doesn't have any other plays. And so I want to get cheeky because I pull Engage, get my draw 1. I'm going to tribute B-Cop to special summon the Diablos and target Raid for the protection, and that's going to be game. Whew, that was a mouthful. But thanks for watching.